everyone. My name is Asha, and I'm the CEO of Hubtas, a quant research platform for investment crowdfunding. We're back with another episode of Beyond the Forum C, where we talk with founders of companies currently raising via the equity crowdfunding regulation. Today, we're talking with Kevan and Ayesha of Park Street, currently raising on StartEngine. To begin, can you both give a quick intro about yourself and Park Street?
Sure. So I'm Kevan Shelton, one of the co-founders of Park Street Homes. And Park Street Homes is a residential home builder that not only specializes in urban redevelopment and restorative development throughout the state of Texas and beyond. We also serve clients through development consulting and do everything from affordable housing all the way up to custom homes in order to serve people who are looking for a beautiful place to live in the urban core of most major cities.
And I'm Ayesha Shelton, also co-founder of Park Street Homes. And truly, I'm the person who identified that Kevan is an incredible operator for other companies and thought, why shouldn't we do this for ourselves? And so here we are in the Houston, Texas area, blazing trails for ourselves, something that we did for other people.
Great. So my next question is, how does the team's background align with the company's vision, and why should investors have confidence in your abilities to execute the business plan?
So it's actually very much like Aisha just said. My background has been in building for over 18 years. So this is well into my 18th year of building, and it's what I've wanted to do since I was very small and spent my professional career building for other people. So one of the largest companies in the world, CBRE, is the company that I left when we founded Park Street. And Aisha worked for large institutions and small institutions across the state in an education capacity. And we came together to not only revolutionize housing in our market, but provide housing for people who are very much in need and looked very much like us, young couples, upwardly mobile professionals, people who wanted to have a great experience in their home buying journey, but there necessarily wasn't homes available for them. And we leveraged all our skills to do that. So we built a team around that and have executed about 20 to 40 homes a year historically. And we went down the journey to raise in order to scale those operations up across the country through our development consulting business, as well as through home building here in the Texas market.
Yeah, I feel like there clearly, not even a feeling, there clearly is a need for housing across the country, right? And affordable housing has definitely been one of those things that there's been a megaphone on how unavailable it is. And so while we do everything from affordable to custom luxury and consulting, that affordable space really is, there's a hard space, but then there's also this huge need, and a need that I feel like and have seen, if it's not addressed, we'll have serious problems in this country. And so I know that this will be on the agenda of every politician, affordable housing. And so for Park Street to be positioned to take advantage of that, I feel like we're in a good space.
Amazing. That's fantastic. And I completely agree. Could you highlight some key achievements or growth metrics that you're particularly proud of?
So we actually just looked at this because one of the things that we're thinking about going after was Inc. 5000. So we had to look at our growth metrics kind of on a larger scale. From 2016, when we founded the company, to 2023, we've grown our revenues from in the low 200s to right under 4 million. And that's astronomical growth. If you average it out over our last 3 years, it's about 900% growth. And for us, that growth has been centered around not only opportunities in our local market, but opportunities in the affordable housing space across multiple markets. And for us, as a company, we want to be not only the best home builder, but also the best service provider. So we've partnered with quasi-governmental entities, nonprofits, city governments to provide that affordable housing. And what it does is lets us scale up. Right. So we've gone from 1 house to 10 houses to 20 houses to where we are now. And it's essentially been surrounded by that opportunity of providing affordable housing in these major metros.
So on your campaign page, you also mentioned that you have been taking like service projects like block cleanups, park restorations, and even like bike giveaways. So expanding onto that, how do these initiatives align with the overall mission of Park Street Homes, and what specific outcomes have you observed?
Go ahead.
I would say, creating complete and comprehensive communities. And so what we do is more than just build houses. We want to make a change wherever it is that we go. And so where we have done a lot of our projects has been in gentrifying areas, transforming areas. And so more than just bringing the value of houses, which raises the tax rate, which brings improvement into the area, we also have a heart for service too. And so instead of just coming and extracting the value, making our money and going back to our home in the suburbs, we wanted to make sure that Park Street makes an impact everywhere we build a home, right? And so for these particular communities, cleaning up the block, and letting the neighbors in the neighborhood know that we're a part of your community more than just bringing in new houses. We're a part of your community because we want to make the community to be better. And so it's a part of what we do, specifically in our affordable developments, to leave a lasting impact in those places so that not only the new people that come into the community are benefiting from it, but also those that are existing.
And I'll add something to that. The meaning behind the name Park Street is the combination between the built environment and the natural environment. So we tie those things together through those service initiatives like Ayesha spoke about. If you look at the word park and you think about the impact of having green space and housing and the success rates of children tied to parks, and then you look at the combination between the built environment and the infrastructure on the street side, and then we're tying in the homes. Well, the way to interlace all those things is through actually building those comprehensive communities Ayesha spoke on. And I didn't mention when you asked specifically about some of our major achievements through those service initiatives and the development work that we've done. We've been able to win the Comcast Rise Award, the Pinnacle Award for our local Chamber of Commerce. We've been featured in Black Enterprise. We've been featured in Essence. We've been featured nationally because of this service work and our passion for providing this level of housing.
That's amazing and wonderful initiatives. I really do believe that. So my next question is, how do you balance short-term profitability with long-term sustainability?
So I think it's important that we build houses that aren't just the maximum profitable, but are the max sustainable for the betterment of the community. So that's definitely a horse trade that always is up for debate. I think our value proposition is not cheap, right? Our value prop has never been we build the cheapest house around. That's never how we've wanted to make an impact. We want to build a house of value, not only for our shareholders, but also for the communities that we serve, so that these houses stand the test of time. So if you go back to the house that we built in 2016, they're still standing, still look good, and we don't have, a house that's falling apart 2 seconds after you build it. It's important that you build sustainable, beautiful homes that can provide value for generations to come, in addition to making it profitable. And we do that through value engineering our homes. Spatial design is one of our specialties, making sure that we maximize the livability of each of our homes, as well as the engineering behind it, so that we're not wasting materials. We don't have job site waste. We're essentially engineering our success through maximizing value for our customers and maximizing shareholder value through having sustainable operations.
And I don't think that it has to be either or. And sometimes it's maximum profitability with limited sustainability, or high sustainability with limited profitability. And so when we put on our lens of the projects that we're going to do and what we're aiming to put into the communities, it's how do we get as close as possible to achieving both of those things, right? So one is not sacrificed for the other. And like I said, there's companies out here who are very much profitability, and the sustainability is not there. And then there's those that are extremely sustainable with very low profit. For us, we want to make sure that we get as close to the middle as possible, so that we don't have to have the battle of either this or that. It's like, how can we achieve these two things, and still be good with who we are as people in this world?
Yeah, especially with your mission, it's like really important to like really figure out how to balance both. And I think you guys are doing great on that. So looking forward, where do you envision Park Street Homes in the next 5 years?
So that's the exciting part, because housing's on the agenda, right? As we go into this election year, we just had local elections here in the state of Texas. Um, we see housing as not only one of the primary needs across the country that increases every day, we're also seeing our generation come into the housing market like never before. So we're both millennials, and we're a millennial builder. Our generation is now the largest buying group. So we're building for our generation, and we see that increasing, a tenfold over the next 5 years. So for us, it's positioning ourselves as the best operator in the space. To be a national name from our development consulting side, we have some opportunities across the country developing affordable housing with governmental entities and other larger private partners. And that gives us the foray into those markets. And then here in the state of Texas, we want to build hundreds of homes a year. So our journey in the next 5 years is to grow our home base of physical building here in the state, and then our national reach through our development consulting to entities across the country who want to build affordable housing, just like we do here in Houston.
And the other thing is, keeping our eye on what's happening in the world and in the country, right? And so affordable housing is a passion of ours because we want to make an impact, right? But over the next 5 years, and as our political climate changes, whatever direction that goes in, we're prepared to pivot in that direction, right? And so that is what Park Street Homes is committed to, is to making an impact in housing, regardless of the direction of where that goes. And so as a builder, as an operator and a service provider, we're keeping our eye on the pulse to say, where do the opportunities lie for us to be able to make this impact?
Amazing. So my last two questions are more crowdfunding related. So what led you to choose a crowdfunding route instead of the traditional fundraising methods, and why do you believe this will benefit both the company and the investors who support you?
So it's funny because this is a very non-traditional path for a home builder, for a traditional home builder. And if you look back historically, home builders have been privately financed since the founding of our country. So we chose this path because we don't come from communities of means, right? Our friends and families don't have $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 to write a check. So them wanting to be involved in our business, we needed a vehicle in order to provide that opportunity for them to participate in the growth of this business. And we thought that Rec CF was one of the best ways to do that, to democratize investment so that for as little as $500, our friends and family can actually participate in something that they otherwise would be locked out of. We don't come from the place where, we can call a rich uncle and he writes $1 million check and you get your business started. We've bootstrapped Park Street with our own money from day one. And it's been Ayesha and I who, grinded out when we had one house and we were sweeping and cleaning, all the way to having a staff and a larger team. We've taken that journey, and we want people who really believe in what we're doing to have the opportunity to come along for that ride. And that's why we thought Rec CF was the best vehicle in order to do that. And it was very hard to do. It took us over a year to get approved on the StartEngine platform because we are a traditional builder, because we have hard assets like real estate. It's not something that has been historically very easy, and it wasn't easy for us. So we are more than excited to be on the platform and are excited to share this message with the people who want to participate in a booming, mature industry, but don't have that high capital to do that.
And I think that, this particular platform usually is poised for startup businesses that don't even have profit yet, right? The industry that we're in, we had a proven track record of profitability before we got on the platform. And housing is just one of those things that you can expect to be a good investment because of the need, right? Because we can't meet the demand. And even that, I mean, people need housing. And so we're in an industry of need. We're in an industry of things that people need to have. And so it just is a good, in my opinion, solid investment to make for your future.
Perfect. So my last question is, what's your plan on keeping investors and stakeholders informed about the company's progress, challenges, and milestones?
So the fun part is we've been doing that since 2017. We started off raising debt-based investments from our local community. So we've been doing investor communication since then. And we do quarterly events. We invite investors out to our projects to be a part of it. So through our campaign page updates, we've kept investors abreast. I do a CEO letter series where I'm communicating about challenges in the market or changes or pivots or announcements of new lines of business and opportunities. We like to engage our investors because these are real people and these are real dollars and we care, right? So it's not like some, nebulous company, some big box is like, hey, meet me at the annual shareholder reports. We want the calls. I've been fielding calls and answering questions for investors that just call our line from the platform. And we love that because what it shows is more than just investing your dollars, you're investing your time and finding out who you're doing business with. And we're a family, right? Ayesha's my wife. We have a family. All our eggs are in this basket. So you're doing more than just investing in a company. You're investing with us as people and our family, and our success is your success. So literally, the growth of our family net worth and network goes with the growth of the business. As we go, the business goes, and as the business goes, we go.
Wonderful. That's all the questions I have. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.